Guys, we're working on the raised bed area. So far, we've put up 2 trellises. This is our last set of trellises we're going to do, and then I'll show you what we are going to have. We're kind of excited, aren't we? Hold, and it's going to arch that way. We'll put up 2 posts on the other side. We're going to do our metal zip ties along with some of our plastic zip ties and get them secured. Try to make this as symmetrical as we can. It's hard. We're not engineers.
It's at the edge.
We can slide this one that way. Bring that one in.
I think we're going to have to because it's barely going to reach now.
Okay.
Even if we move it, it's going to be way out there on the end.
Yeah. Work it, work it.
It probably needs to go about right here.
Okay, so the idea is we're putting these trellises on the outskirts of the beds. We've got, I don't know if you can tell, we're going to have the 3 beds here. That's going to be tomato beds with a trellis on the back side. And then we have the trellis right behind the greenhouse there. And then we have the trellis over with the other 3 beds, 1, 2, 3 on the other side, trellis. We're going to have running snap beans, cucumbers hanging from these for us to have. Anything that can go on a trellis, we're going to go buy some railroad ties to make little boxes at the bottom. Right here. Yeah. Little beds, right in, just inside, enough with walking room that we can come through. Yeah. And then some railroad ties on the back side to put maybe some flower beds, some little square ones in different places and things like that. So that's the plan. We might could get some logs, trees, branches that are off in the woods and use those to make a natural barrier. A natural barrier for a bed or something like that. Whatever we can come up with. But hopefully, eventually, we want to fence it where it's closed off completely from the rest of the garden. What we're trying to do is we're trying to make it a functional kitchen garden. We don't want to make anything that's going to be a nuisance to the guys as they drive the tractor through, so we're trying to think about those, anything that we might run into in the future. Enough room for the push mower to get in, to keep the grass cut, and all of that. So we're working on that. We talked about turning these this way and let the tunnels be this way, but the way the wind blows, that's the south behind me. North is that way. And the wind comes from those ways, so we're actually creating a wind tunnel for them. Right, we'll keep them from falling down. Keep them from getting blown. So we've got those. We go again. We got a little Beckett back there.
off we go again. Now we're going to get what we originally went for.
Right.
The cinder blocks. We couldn't put them back on that trailer. That trailer was too packed.
Needs a new axle shocks.
Those railroad ties are heavy, and we got 7 of them, and they weighed down that trailer along with that compost. But we're excited. Got some progress made today. Very productive.
We're seeing a vision. Slowly.
Our vision is coming together. That's for sure.
Slowly.
So off to Lowe's we go to get the cinder blocks to finish that last raised bed, and we'll be done for the day. So here we go. Hey guys, it's the next day. It's another beautiful day, just a little bit colder. The wind is pretty bad today, so hopefully you can hear me. I wanted to show you what we're doing with the raised beds. Eric's got a couple of them finished. We got not finished, but started. So I wanted to show you the boxes that we're making inside those beds. So let me show you here. So this is our beds that we're making. We put boxes around them with railroad ties. We'll fill that up. We've got the, remember the cedar mulch that we have over at the that we got. We'll fill the bottom of it, and then we'll put the rest of this potting soil compost in and mix it with some rabbit manure, get them ready. But this is one trellis that's done, and it's done at the back side of the 2 beds. And the third one, Denise and Eric are up there. We're all going to be putting out blocks to help us get that 3rd bed done. And then here is the other bed, which is identical. We put this particular bed had a 2x4, so we bought 2x6s to come up to the level of the railroad ties to make a box. Now for the other ones that don't have the 2x4, some of these trellises didn't have. They were just the cow panels. Like part of this one here doesn't have the wood, so we'll use 2x6, or we can take those off possibly, and then we got some 2x8s that we're going to put up. But I thought this is going to look great when we get it done. Hey guys, we're at you again, Eric and I, out in the garden. Guess what we're finally finishing up? We went and picked up our blocks for our last raised bed that goes in. Remember, we are doing the 1, 2, 3 to mimic the 1, 2, 3 on the other side. And Eric is shoveling out the dirt, you see, to get it level so we can start moving these cinder blocks in. You can hear the fan on the greenhouse where our seedlings are growing for our peppers and our tomato plants, our seeds. And so it's working and doing great. And so getting this garden to look more efficient, more aesthetically pleasing, and be a functional garden for us. So clover and stuff.
What?
That clover and stuff, boy.
Yeah, that's not there.
We had it. This part of the field garden was. We had put some clover and things out here to grow, cover crop, and boy, it's a booger to shovel up. While they finish putting the blocks out, I'm gonna come and grab the tractor with a bucket on it so we can start dumping mulch in the bottom. Get too many people in one spot, you kind of get in the way of everybody. So I'm gonna come and grab the tractor for them. Hello, ducky ducks. Bert and all his girls. They're so loud. Oh, mercy. Let's see how we can get this old tractor cranked up. Yeehaw. Yeehaw. Turn this booger on. Here's my idea. Tractor lane over there. Okay. Husband talked about, Eric talked about putting an arch for us. Here, an entryway. Okay. I gotta have a gate for him to get through, for the tractor to get through. No. And just have it on. This would be a tractor entrance here. No gate. With no gate. Start the gate on the other side. We would start either well, they have to get to those parts of the raised bed. Not go to the other side? Well, usually they have to work from both sides, don't they? I'm not sure. I mean, like yesterday they pulled up right there and pushed down the stakes in there. So I was going to leave the sides open for them. This is my idea right here. Was a trellis entryway here. Okay? Buy us either some cheaper railroad ties or get some more railroad ties and make beds, raised bed, flower beds go into the porch. Or either they could be in ground. Come with me. What? I was getting your expression. Come with me. Then, so we usually don't have to get to the end of this with a tractor, but we can go in. Leave this lane open. Right here, I'm not even in the camera. But a corner bed to there with some florals in it. Why are we going to block that guy going off down there? We got to get those microbees. Well, Kyle thinks we'll get those. Block it. You could do some stepping stones in it, but you know, this is a wasted space to me. So why not make it something? You know, right here, a corner flower bed at an angle. What you think? But we would leave it open there for the track. That would be a drive-through. And we could even do something on the other end because we don't drive anything down there. We usually walk in there, you know. But we could do something on the other end as well. Okay. Not getting into the road of the tractor, but you know, just something. Okay. What do you think about that? Okay. Okay. I know that we talked about doing a mirror, but Stubby kind of stuck his nose up to it. We don't have room to do a mirror image of like putting the same metal long one that the onions are in on this side. There's not enough room. Well, we were going to leave. The tractor would have to come in that way, or go around on this end. So if we don't do a metal bed, I was thinking of we'll do a corner post to market, line it up with that corner post down there, or the flower bed. We could do a corner flower bed, and then do a flower bed all the way down, corner post down there, and this be the flower end. But I was trying. We don't have a whole lot of I mean, I wanted to put some echinacea out. I wanted to. We don't have enough herbs. I want some more herbs in there, like oregano, parsley, cilantro. I mean, we use a ton of cilantro.
Not anymore, we don't.
Well, we will whenever we make our own.
Which I gotta make some. Yes.
But, what do you think? Tell me what you think. Do you want to mirror that side with the grapevine from one to the other?
I originally liked the idea of doing some trees on this side. You know, fruit trees of some sort.
We can incorporate some more plum trees. We can incorporate. I wouldn't want to get a high peach tree. Something that's, you know, a small blooming. Plum would be the smallest, I would think. That's what I was thinking on this end. I would leave enough.
Need some satsumas on the land.
That would be great to have some satsumas, wouldn't it? Could do some satsuma trees in it. But, you know, of course, you see where the tractor drives, we'd leave that space. You know, and eventually we could put up our own fence line, you know, on this end. We could also, I just want to make it, you know, practical where the guys won't complain. You know, Stumpy, of course,
everything we do, they're going to complain about.
No, Stumpy actually was out here complimenting. He was like, man, it's becoming very nice yesterday.
Good for him. I'm so
proud. But see, we're leaving. They'll have one, two,
They can get in. There's
three.
three. There'll be three entrances they can get into the potager garden.
There'll be three. One, two,
I like
three.
the idea of fencing some of it.
Right.
I do like that idea.
Right. Well, we could. I mean, okay. Let's think about.
I like the corner with a tree and a bed, and then we could run the bed off of it with the grapevine in the center. In the center. And other end mimic the same thing from this side.
Leave enough room
with a tree
for turnaround.
How far does the satsumas trees have to be apart?
I don't know. We can research
in order to cross pollinate.
We can research that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I like that idea, and then we could do a tree at the other end, I guess. Of course, we've got the fruit trees on that side, so we wouldn't have to do any trees on that side.
Right.
We could do it on this side.
It would balance the weight out if we did some trees on this end. I mean, it would with those trees. I
don't even know if you guys seen what all we've done with the garden. We might want to walk them through, sister.
Right, because the last time I taught, I did it. The last
Wasn't it this?
I was when this was put in, and I showed them a little bit, but I have not done any.
Let's walk them through.
Let's do. Let's walk you through. Okay, guys, I showed you where they made the bed.
This is the third bed that we had to wait and make.
The third bed, and it's ready.
And they put the trellises up for the tomato plants. So these three beds here are the three beds that's going to hold the tomatoes. Okay? So in reference of where we're at, you see the old beds over on that side.
Right.
And Danette's house.
And then the pig pen.
And then come this way, and the pig pen is here. So this kind of gives you an idea of our space that we're using. So we've done 3 beds, and Eric was trying to remember the length of, what is 72?
I think it, well.
Here is, we'll figure it out when we can sit down and use our brains.
I was thinking there were 40-foot beds like that.
They're not 40 foot, I don't think.
Okay, these might be 20, and those are 20, but put together it's a long 40.
Yeah.
I think that's what on those.
So we have one bed here. Bed number 2 here. And bed number 3, okay? So that gives you, this would be our tomato beds.
That's what we're planning. That's what we've got in the growing in the greenhouse. That's going to fill these beds. Is going to be our tomato. This is going to be the tomato side.
Yeah.
And we also have two different kinds of grape tomatoes.
Like a sweetie and a cherry and a sunshine, I think.
Yes. And so those are going to be put in
pots, and we'll set them on the end somewhere.
Somewhere in here where it's not going to be in the way of the tractor.
Right.
You don't want to have to fuss. So we've got this where the tomatoes are going.
Right.
Okay.
And then now we come on to the back of the bed. And these are our hoops that Eric has made for us, our tunnels, okay?
Yes.
So he made us 3 hoops here, okay? And we went and bought railroad ties, and we've made short beds on each side. This bed has the Kentucky pole bean that's going to be coming up on a trellis here. We bought some flowers for pollination. We've put on the end here.
Yep.
So this is directly behind the tomato plants, you see, right here. Okay? And then as we come on over,
We got some petunias here.
some petunias right here. As you come on over behind the greenhouse is the spot where we have another trellis. And in this trellis, we have cucumbers growing on one side. We got pickling. Eric just planted yesterday on the other side, pickling cucumbers.
And then this is a whole nother video that we'll have to tell you about.
This is an experience. Experiment that
We
we're
can't
doing.
tell you about it.
Well, they could look at it and see what it is, but we'll show you.
We'll tell you
It's
later.
coming. It's coming.
Okay.
So then we come behind the greenhouse. We did plant some calla lilies around, and we got some zinnias planted behind that's going to come up. See, it's going to come up hopefully and do well right there. And so then we come to the original beds where you guys see, and we have another trellis built that's got the Kentucky pole beans, running beans in there with flowers. In
And
there.
on this back side is our where we plant our potatoes.
So we have 9-10 rows of potatoes, I believe, and then we have several rows of snap beans coming up.
You can look out there and see some potatoes coming up.
Yeah, yeah.
There are some potatoes coming up, cracking the ground. And then, of course, we will plant more. Stumpy said
We
yesterday.
got corn. We got to plant.
We want some corn to plant, and we're gonna plant some more snap beans. And then this will be where our white peas are planted out here in on these small plots. These are about 60-foot rows here. And like I said, like you've heard us talk before, this whole acre here used to be our garden.
Our garden,
And that's how my daddy would garden it.
Daddy garden big.
Right, we would go from one edge over here from the contraries and have these long rows, and it was hard to maintain.
Yeah.
And we had pests and all of that, and so learning about crop rotation, cover crops and stuff like that has helped us maintain this area.
Crimson clover has been our friend this year.
And you can see on the ground,
I don't know if you could look down and look at the
clover
ground.
is
There's clover all over the ground.
Eventually,
But that's okay.
Be grass.
Eventually.
Grass is going to fill in. But, okay, so back over here to the beds.
So we have the 3 original beds, okay? So you see the onions in the front bed there. We got our onions on the side, waiting for them to start bulbing out there. In this middle bed, we put some hay in it to break down, because this is where our peppers are going to go. All of our pepper plants, hopefully, will fit there. If not, we'll be using tubs for them.
Right.
And then this is our carrot bed. Well, and I tried the seed tape for some carrots, and they never came up. I can't figure out what happened to them. Eric thought we buried them too deep, but then I watched video on Haas Tools, and he buried his deeper than ours, so I'm not sure exactly what happened. So then I have our carrots over there that we planted back in November that are coming up. And then so I just recently took and just sowed some seeds about 2 weeks ago to get some more carrots. So that'll be in succession of those. So there'll be, you know, some hopefully coming up. And they are coming up. You can see them. They're coming up. So hopefully we'll have us an abundance. I don't think that's going to be near enough carrots at all.
Right.
But we got them. So.
Right. So that, and then of course you see our Kiowa blackberries here,
and our fruit trees.
Fruit. Say it, sister. Fruit trees.
Fruit.
We have some peaches. We have a mulberry tree down there. And then we have our thornless blackberry vines there. That's the beginning of the potager garden, starting back, really actually back there. And it looks quite lovely when you're looking out the window, looking this way, and you see this organization out here is so, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Our commitment is, since we have shared that we are not making jams, jellies, and sauces anymore, is really to devote our time this summer to the garden and keep it looking nice. If I can get through the summer and I've done a good job at maintaining the weeds and hoeing and producing vegetables and fruit and stuff, I think I'll be happy.
Right. It's been very therapeutic. We spent all day out here yesterday planting these flowers in these tubs. And we're out here today and we're trying to decide, you know, some more. We want to add some more places where we can plant. we've got some herbs out here. We've got yarrow and rosemary
And dill.
and lemon balm planted up there. But I want to get my oregano and my cilantro out here in an area. So we were kind of talking about trying to figure out where we could put it and think about the guys.
You know, something I thought about was, you know, we do have space behind here, do a smaller herb box right there, you know.
You could. We could,
So-
sister. We actually could. We could, and you know, we could always find out what herbs grow best together.
Of course, companion planting.
So another idea is putting some greenery along here because they're not going to drive right up on the gravel. So we're gonna, you know, thinking of making a more defined border, not too far out because this is going to be an entry and exit way for the tractor. Thinking about our guys and all, because they always want to work smarter, not harder, and you know we want to keep them happy too. So
Look,
do
okay.
something here.
Can you see in?
Look in there.
I don't know if you could see in. Can you see in? Our plants are growing.
This is a beautiful sight to see all that.
They're up potted. They need to be watered today, so
Yeah, we'll get them.
they're thriving and surviving and getting ready to be moved.
These are the pots that we're going to be using for the cherry tomatoes, two of them, and then any of the other things that need a pot in.
One more step closer to making our dream come true, and I think the guys are happy with the way it goes. I know my husband is, and I'm glad to hear your husband is too.
He is. One thing, right here by the pig pen,
Where the old pig
where
side
Squiggly-
was.
Squiggly's pen was there.
We made it a
we
sunflower bed.
sowed sunflowers there. That's gonna be right there. We just threw them out there. And then we threw some wildflowers out a little bit further. So, because we do have a honeybee hive on the farm.
Yes.
And
Our friend
I think
brought
we
us a hive out here.
we got some video on that. I think the guys did a video on that.
Yeah, they did. Maybe it'll come out after this one, probably.
Yes.
But he brought it. Gosh, it's only been here 2 weeks. And the little sleeve that goes in there where they make the honey at, he's already had to. He come back this weekend. He's already had to add another one. You know, we've seen the honeybees out pollinating the blueberries over across this way, so they're traveling and they're doing their thing. So sounds like
Look at this weather. Man, it's so pretty.
It's beautiful.
It was a little cool this morning, but it's not as cool as it was yesterday. Yesterday it was very cold. But we got some things we want to get planted today, and hopefully my deal will make it. But
one of them looks good. The others look a little wimpy. We're gonna have to give them some more water this morning.
yeah, we'll water everything real quick. but-
Okay.
There it is. There's the y'all gonna join
You
us?
asked on how the Potager garden was doing, and there's the update so far. And we'll keep trying to post more videos of the progress that we do. We're gonna keep communicating with the guys to make sure what we're doing is okay with them. Not that we have to get their permission, but we want to make sure that
They're happy too.
that what we're working towards and they're working towards is on the same page.
Right.
We don't want to be a constant source of conflict because we've done something that they
It's kinda-
thought was not.
It's kind of like the centerpieces we have on our table with flowers in them. How they say that's useless.
Yeah,
Every time they sit down, they have to move it.
they have to move it. Yeah.
Do your husbands do that?
Yeah. Centerpieces are useless.
And they always say that every time they sit down, these are useless, but that's okay. We just move them and put them back when they're done.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
So anyway, y'all guys.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! Thank y'all for watching us. We appreciate y'all walking with us on this journey, and we're excited. It'll be a couple more weeks before the tomatoes and I'll get ready to go into the big beds. And
We'll have a video for that.
We do have some bell pepper plants in there we could go ahead and put in the ground. They're big enough, but we're excited. This is the season we love, love, love.
Yeah.
I think Denise and I pulled up in the yard yesterday, and down flew a red cardinal and sat there
On the fig tree.
On the fig tree,
Right
looking
in front
at
of my car.
I got very emotional thinking about our dad. You know, we say it, we talk about them all the time. Granny and Daddy love this time of year. They were excited to get food in the ground and get it planted, and Oh gosh, my eyes are just watering just think about it.
Stop it. We got to cut this video before they see me crying.
I know it. Remember, guys. Remember.
A simple life is a much more enjoyable life.
That's right. God bless y'all. We'll see y'all on the next video.
Catch you next time.